Okay, what's good? What's good? What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G, coming at you all the way live. I'm in your space, I'm in your face, and I'm definitely blessed to be here on this wonderful day. It is May 22nd, 2026, here in the great state of Mississippi. We are live at 5 here on the Prime Time Network. I am your host, Big G, and this is Industry Talk. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. If you are tapped in, hear my voice, if you are paying attention to what's going on, what I need you to do is to share the live, share the conversation. Yesterday we had a very um, impactful discussion about mental health awareness. Damon Vega and Emily Mitchell, and I will say that it was very enlightening, eye-opening, refreshing to see the pouring out of support for not only Emily on her path and pursuit to open her own business, her own office for therapy, counseling, and to see it be engaged online with an active, um, voluntary participant in Damon Vega, whose case and situation is, by most accounts, very extreme, to say the least. Um, Given the situation and circumstances surrounding Damon's life, that being um, him having served 27 years behind bars for a crime that he didn't commit. So, yes, there's going to be trauma, there's going to be grief, there's going to be pain, misunderstood thoughts, acclimation back into society. Making adjustments in terms of how you live your life, the post um, stress or traumatic stress disorder that one suffers as a result of being incarcerated because of what's been witnessed or what has been done or what has had to be done as a result of surviving. Yeah. So the conversation was riveting. A lot of engagement, a lot of uh, conversation and comments about what was being said, what was being talked about, and Damon being open and vulnerable enough to tell his story, parts of his story. So much so that he is um, willing and wanting to sit down with Miss Mitchell for further consultation and conversation and discussion about, you know, adjustment, adjustment in life, adapting, and ultimately overcoming. So if you were locked in with us yesterday, um, it was a great conversation, and thank you to Damon Vega and Miss Emily Mitchell for bringing it to the table. Today we are still talking about what's going on in the great state of Mississippi, the conversations that are looming and lingering out there with redistricting. Although the governor has basically pulled it off of the table in his push to unseat Benny Thompson, the efforts would have fallen on deaf ears anyway. Midterm elections are right around the corner. And yeah, you wouldn't be able to draw those lines, redraw those lines, and have those districts prepared fast enough for information to go out statewide. The timeline would be off. And of course, they come to find out that if in fact they do want to pull some kind of heinous act, such as what they're discussing, then you may run up on losing quite a few Senate seats along the way. So, yeah. The discussion has to be turned. And you see where we're headed. But the door has been opened for anything moving into the future, any conversation about minority majority districts. If in fact they want to put these discussions back on the table in the future, you see, so the strategy to this may be to let things die down, let folks simmer down because everyone is up in arms about what's going on. But we have to stay vigilant. We have to stay in the hunt. We have to stay on topic when it comes to this whole Voters' Rights Act dismantling, and of course that was done by the Supreme Court, and states acting on what now they can say are legal grounds to do so. You see, it's not that they've taken your right to vote away. No, they have not. They're trying to water down the pool. So does that mean that representation isn't going to be there? Well, who you elect is who you elect. Remember that, first and foremost. And are you having conversations with individuals to support the candidates that are going to support you? Those are very important points that have to be stressed. What contracts or negotiations are being made between the community members and the representation that you elect? Because you can best believe there are meetings taking place every month, city council meetings, supervisors meetings, board of aldermen, congressional hearings, state legislatures. There are meetings happening every month that you as a community member do not attend. So you cannot say that, hey, we don't know what's going on. Well, take your ass to a meeting, read the newspaper, follow the news. You have to be in the know. It's not their job to tell you what they discuss. These meetings are open to the public. These meetings are open to the public. Unless it's a closed session, you can go sit in and hear what's hitting the House floor. House bills, resolutions, whatever the case may be, you will be in the know. You can go to the city council meetings and find out what's being voted on in regards to what's going on in your community. If you have an issue in your state, you can go to the state capitol. Board of Supervisors meetings. You can find out. Big shout out to everyone that is tapped in. Hey, baby, I see my wife is tapped in. What's going on, love? Jay Shaw, what's going on? How you doing? Big shout out to Inside Speaks and Jay Shaw. Give me one moment. We have a tournament that's coming up. We have a tournament that is coming up, and my phone just rang, and I need to take that call. I will be back in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. Do not go away. Okay, I'll do that too. I'll make it. More accurate view before the day of who's already signed up. Who's already signed up? We'll still have the registration. Are you an independent artist looking for real exposure and an honest discussion about your music and your brand? If this is you, and if that's the case, I am currently accepting submissions for my Friday Artist Spotlight segment on Industry Talk, where I highlight rising independent artists, discuss your journey, along with putting your work in front of a growing audience of content creators, executives, and tastemakers. To submit your information, follow the content submission link in my bio on Instagram, or follow the link in the description on Facebook. So this is about real artists, real stories, and real opportunities. If you're working, building, and you're serious about your craft, I definitely want to hear. And as always, beautiful people, this is about health, wealth, and wisdom. Stay down. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being patient. Thank you for being patient. Yes, indeed. We are getting things together for the 3-on-3 tournament down in Bay St. Louis, June 6th. So I didn't want to not take that call. We're working all of the details out, and we're looking forward to a very exciting function, a very exciting 3-on-3 competition, June 6th. If you have a team, if you're interested, we will have an online registration link ready for you to sign up, as well as any vendor sponsorship, not sponsorships, but vendors that are interested in bringing their food truck or setting up their tents at the location for the day of the event. You can fill out the online application, and it'll go through the process for approval. You pay the fee, and you're good to go. You're good to go. You also be responsible for filling out your DOR that will be submitted with the Department of Revenue. I think you have up to 7 to 14 days to submit that to them. And if you're a vendor in Mississippi, then you should already know this information, especially if you go to different festivals and events. So this is pretty much the same process, but we're not in this thing to take anything from the community. We're trying to provide fun for the kids, a day in the park, and an opportunity for them to meet the Smith brothers, meet Tolu, their hometown heroes coming back to give back in the community. It's not often that you have professional athletes that you have access to that are willing and wanting to come back and give back to their community. And at the same time, that same community can win. How do they win? They can win through being smart with knowing strategically and a high profile individual is coming home, coming to town. You set up vending or business opportunities because you know that large groups of people can be summed up and brought to locations to have a good time. So that's food vending, that's services, that's product, that can be on display and sold throughout the course of the day. Vendor setup is between the hours of 7 and 9. The event kicks off at 10. It ends by the time it gets dark. We're not going to be there all night. So you have a full day and a full opportunity to network, to push business, to push product, to generate revenue and sale. And at the same time, the community having a wonderful time. Kids having a good time with, jump houses and splash pad, You have a wide variety of things that are going on. 3-on-3 tournament. You have a DJ playing in the park, music going on, families coming together, food in the air. You know, pull up, park up, and enjoy the day. Family Day at MLK. It's just that simple. There's nothing more to it, right? So, if in fact you're interested in becoming a sponsor, if in fact you want to become a vendor, reach out to us. Ricky Lewis, Deshaun Benoit, and Holly Hawkins are the coordinators for the event. And yeah, they're getting it popping, they're getting it moving, they're getting it shaking. All right, June 6th is going down, Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, MLK Park. The whole thing, the 3-on-3 tournament, jumps off at 10 a.m. Be there, be square, and have a great time. Food, fun, festivities, and the like. Yeah. Let's see. I talked to Jarrell Braswell last night while I'm sitting there. See, I got distracted. Um, I forgot to send Braswell the link. So I did sit down and speak with Braswell last night. We had a great discussion on In the Heat of the Night that jumped off around 10:30, close to 11. We chopped it up for about an hour about everything that he's got going on, shows that he's got coming down the pipeline. And yeah, JB steadily on the move. He's been working on his tiny homes that he's developing, a subdivision out in the area where he has land out in Alabama. He's been working on those tiny homes, getting those wired up. I'm pretty sure he's going to start putting stuff on the market here pretty soon. But getting his studio all the way boxed in and squared away. So JB's been putting in some work. And I know he's been pretty busy. So, sometimes you got to take personal time to do uh, personal things. Family comes into town, and uh, you know, birthdays. Um, People want to get together. People want you to come out and spend time with them. So, when he has some downtime, you have to understand. You know, you gotta take that time to be with your family. You definitely have to take that time to be with your family. So we understand what's going on. If you have any questions, comments, concerns um, about anything that's going on, you know, um, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. If you have any needs in terms of wanting to get interviewed uh, on our show, the opportunity is there. Uh, you are more than welcome to hit the DM, uh, hit the email, give us a call if you have the number, and make arrangements for us to have a conversation. We also have to reach out to Curvy Capone. I got to reach out to Curvy because we need to finish up our series of um, interviews with the actors from In the Pastor Study. Okay, we still have Vicky Luce and a few others that we need to lock in and get those out of the way before the movie is it goes through its final edit process with Corridor, Foster Corridor, and before Curry pushes it out to the public. We want those first interviews. We want those first conversations. And we were on the roll. People got busy, making the schedules with everyone. It's a little tedious and tasking, but we're going to meet all of roundabout with all of the actors and actresses to talk about the movie and what's going on with the movie. The release date of the movie, where it's going to be, how you get in contact with Curvy to have it aired in your city, if in fact she's willing to do all of that. So, like I say, man, it's going to be something phenomenal from the clips that I've seen and from the clips that Curvy has shown on the show here on Industry Talk. She's got something. She's pulling together something awesome, man. And in the pastor study, we're here for it. It's coming, Curvy. We need to get together and get the rest of the actors and actresses interviews out of the way, and keep on pushing the idea of what you have going out there in Texas. We're here for every bit of it. Let's go. Big shout out to my man John Blaze. If you have not tapped in and subscribed to the Cloud Chronicles, all I can say is why not? Jerry and Ja Blaze, aka Bantu Blaze, aka the Cloud Chronicles, in the dojo, sitting in the dojo with Ja Blaze, is one of the hottest talk conversations. Because they call them podcasts, but it's not. I call it conversations. High yielding, high intellectual, high conversational topics that are talked about in people that can relate to real life. Yes, they might be some awesome celebrities, but they're down to earth, real people. And Ja Blaze sits and talks with a wide assortment of individuals. Like I said, from Brian Hooks to South Park folk. I mean, it goes on and on and on in terms of who he's sat down with and had a conversation with. So, like I said, what's going on, Bree? How you doing, sister? Big shout out to Bree Melton. We had a great conversation with Bree the other day. I'll get into that in just a moment. You're going to start seeing the segments, the little micro segments of that discussion come out, as you see with all of our discussions that we have. But Bree and I had a great conversation, a great talk. We need to schedule our part 2 whenever she is ready, but that is coming. But our first sit down and our first conversation together was awesome, and I enjoyed every moment of it. Find out some very interesting things about Bree Melton that I did not know. She a real gangster, man. Hands down, she a gangster, man. She one of the ones, and it's them quiet ones that sit back. You know what I'm saying? That you got to sit there and monitor and watch. That strong, everything she's gone through, from cancer, surviving and dealing with life as we know it. I mean, I'm not even gonna go back down through the runway of everything that we talked about, but having a kid at such a young age, man, and everybody around you beating you down to take action against it, and the only person that's there in your corner is your father, telling you to be strong and we're gonna make this work. And ultimately, that same individual is the person that was the front runner for your son, that same child that you kept the front runner to be in the gym with him every day, take him to the Y, and let's work on it. Let's instill IQ. I mean, the story is phenomenal. So, like I said, don't get me started because I was just talking about Job Blaze, and make sure you guys tap into Job Blaze. But if you hadn't caught the first interview with me and Bree, then you better go tap into it. You better go tap into it. You understand what I'm saying? It's on and popping. But Ja is really doing his thing. Like I said, he is the official podcast affiliate for Freeway Records, and Ja has done some phenomenal interviews, some awesome celebrities, some great people, and make sure y'all tap in with my man, Ja Blaze. Also, Inside Speaks, 7 a.m. every morning. He's dropping content. We know Inside on IG, Inside Speaks here on Facebook or wherever you are. And of course, on YouTube, he's on all social media platforms. I don't know if he's on the tiki-taki thing, but I'll find out if he's on TikTok. Jay Shaw, you on TikTok? If you're on TikTok, let me know, and I'll make sure I shout it out. Snapchat, I haven't figured out Snapchat yet, and I'm not saying everybody else, y'all might be laughing at me, but I don't, I think Snapchat is truly for a younger generation. I just had to figure out how to utilize it yet, because I like to save my messages. I don't have messages to hide. I don't have, I don't need encrypted messages. I'm not doing salacious shit, so everything I do is above board. And if I find the message and it disappears and I'm looking for where my message is, it's kind of, it throws, so Snapchat kind of throws me off. So if y'all know the better way to use the Snapchat thing, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning. Don't. I've figured out some of the intricacies of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. That's for the true consummate professional. If you're a professional, you got to get on LinkedIn. It's just another social media platform just like anything else. But I'm just telling you that LinkedIn, everybody believes that is the spot where you have all of the real professionals. I'm gonna tell you something. LinkedIn is where all the scammers are at. Prove me wrong. Anyway, because everybody on LinkedIn is a master in something. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any proof of anything that you've done. I don't have any proof that you've gone to school for the shit that you say that you've gone to school for. You have any kind of academic background that supports the fact that you say that you're a fucking nuclear physicist and I want you to build me a goddamn an atomic bomb. No, you there's no way for these sons of bitches to prove shit on LinkedIn or even see the work. It's just folks promoting the hell out of some shit, and they swear that hey man, I could be your agent, I could be your, no, you can't do shit for me. So don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't fall for it. Make sure y'all verify everything, even the shit I say. You know what I'm saying? Because I say some shit. Y'all even verify the shit that I say. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to come across and give you any kind of misinformation that's going to be detrimental to supporting your efforts in business. Period. Jonathan Shaw says, I just started my Patreon. Going to start selling my talks and audio. Congratulations. Jonathan Shaw says he's about to start selling the conversation. Genius. Patreon. Make sure you link in, subscribe, because that's what you're going to have to do. Get your subscription so you can hear what Jay Shaw is talking about. So you take full advantage of what these YouTube platforms and all these video platforms that's using your intellectual property. Because us being here, the pundit, the talking head stuff, that is us providing them with intellectual property that they can use for free. Even if you're monetized, because the ad revenue and ad shares that they see, you do not see. That's why I've always pushed the consistency of having your own networks. I use these networks to promote what it is that we do and where I want you to go. I constantly tell you where I want you to go. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you right now.
Hey, what it do, world? It's your boy, Comedian JB, the real Jay Braswell, Comedian Jay Braswell. Hey, dig this. I got a website, man. Tap in at jbcomedy.com.
jbcomedy.com. And you're right, Sean. You don't, I mean, the product can be anything. It doesn't have to be a t-shirt. It doesn't have to be, something that you have to package and deliver. It can be a digital product. You can sell the talks. You are 100% correct. You can have folks rent the talks. You're 100% correct. And I like the idea. If you need me to help support it, let me know. I will help promote and push and do whatever it is that we need to do to get the messaging out, to let folks know that that's what's going on. As a matter of fact, this went well yesterday, and it's going to go even better today, because I want you guys to know that we have sponsors that support what we do. So we have to talk about those sponsors. And here we go. Today's episode of Industry Talk is proudly sponsored by the Butterfly Collection. That's right, the Butterfly Collection is here. Gentle stories, big lessons, bright imagination. Books are available at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Ingram Spark by author Angel Williams. These books are perfect for pre-K programs, kindergarten classrooms, elementary schools, classroom libraries, bedtime reading, and SEL programs. Be sure to get your copy today. Be sure to get your copy today. All right? Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're paying attention. I know that you're locked in. Let me show you how I know that you're locked in. Because you're going to say, G, if I know G, like I think I know G, that nigga is the king of petty. Yes, I love comedy. I love all of this stuff. Right? I love the adventure. I love I love competition. I love, when individuals have great ideas and they inspire me to do shit. I love it. But also, I compete on the slick with my friends. I do. And I really should. You know that? I really should. They don't even think I'm competing with them because they don't know. Maybe I'm building up things in my mind and, I just do shit. But I compete with my friends, right? I compete with my friends. So this is what I'm saying. Y'all tell me if I'm petty. I mean, because I know y'all going to be honest with me. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I know Twitch. I know you guys. Let's see which camera I'm on. I know you guys are going to be honest with me. Yeah. So, hold on a second. Let me pull this up right quick. Let me do this right quick. So you'll know what I'm talking about. Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one right there. There he goes.
Man, listen, I'm just saying, I'm watching the show I'm watching the show. Hey, they going in. This is one of the best episodes I have watched. Hey, Big G. Bro. I needed this. Yo, I watch every day. I'm in the comments all the time. It is the fact that you got somebody on here. Listen, ma'am, I have tapped in with a lot of counselors. They're not doing what you're doing. It's inside. Oh my God. Man, listen.
Okay. That brings up another point. That brings up a whole different point, because that's not the video that I wanted y'all to see. That ain't even the video that I wanted y'all to see. That brings up a whole different point, ladies and gentlemen. A whole different point. I brought my sister onto the show, Emily Mitchell. She had a great conversation with. It was a mutiny, ladies and gentlemen, a mutiny. Jay Shaw, my mama, my cousins, my aunties, everybody that I thought was on my team, locked in with Big G. One foul swoop of someone that is educated and can speak, y'all kicked me to the curb. Just because I don't have the vernacular and the look and the aesthetic. And yes, my sister has beautiful green eyes and all that kind of bullshit. Yes, she's a clinical therapist. Yes, she's got a master's degree. All that. Look, I cannot believe that the audience had the audacity to say that they needed a part 2 and they didn't want to see me. Ah, my God. If they drove when they drive the dagger in and turn it because it's serrated, got the jagged edges, and they pull it out slowly. Oh, you thought they was going to leave it in? No, they pull it out slowly. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take it personal. I'm just saying. That's what it is. But let's get to the video that I wanted you guys to see. Yes, they kept coming in, Jay Shaw. But you were a part of the mutiny too. You were a part of throwing me overboard without the life raft or a vest. I still love y'all. Y'all are my Facebook, Instagram, IG, Twitch family. I promise you. LinkedIn, I promise you. I love y'all. But when the push came to the shoving, well, so now we get to me and Petty, right? We get to me and Petty. I found what I was looking for. So now that I found what I was looking for, right? Let me pull this up right quick, ladies and gentlemen.
Her grind. I've watched her push. I
should have some audio here.
I've seen her grind. Her push. You have so many people out here talk. The girl got out here and got it done, and it's ready. It's ready right now. Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, Ingram, schools, libraries, educational programs can order you.
I gotta stop that. Hold on a second. I need y'all to see this. Y'all have to understand what's going on. There's a little bit more to it than what we're talking about and what we're doing. I'm going to find it. I think my system is running slow. Or I'm lagging for some reason because it's not playing. But we're going to figure this out. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me right quick. I need you to bear with me. because this is very important. As it relates to why I was talking about competition and secret competition between friends. And you really shouldn't do that. But it's not even a competition. But I do have a question that I need to pose and ask you guys. I think I might have figured out what was going on. I had too many things opened up. You know, I'm working. You guys have to understand. I'm working on an old TRS 80. That's what I work on. I work from a TRS 80. Yes. And if you believe that, well, you need help. But that was actually the first computer I learned to program on, a TRS 80 with a RAM pack in the back. Some of you might not be old enough to understand that. And that was my first interest in becoming a programmer, learning how to program. Yes, that was me back in the day. Okay, here we go.
Grind. I've watched her push. You have so many people out here talk. The girl got out here and got it done, and it's ready. It's ready right now. Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, Ingram, schools, libraries, educational programs can order using the ISBN numbers right above, right over this video. You guys see it right there. So I want you guys to tap in, lock in. The Reverend Angel Williams, amazing author, amazing writer, man. I'm just excited. I'm overly excited, as you guys can tell and see. So make sure you guys take your time, tap in. The Butterfly Collection is out right now. Gentle stories, big lessons, bright imaginations, man. It is perfect for pre-K programs, kindergarten classrooms, elementary schools, classroom libraries, bedtime reading, SEL programs. You know it. You see it. It's right here. Lock in. It's your boy Inside, man. You know we dropping this content constantly. I've been on the way, but I'm just telling you right now, it is time. It is the day. Everybody's been talking about it. We're here right now. Let's get it. Man, hey, bulk orders is coming through. People are tapping in. It's beautiful. The story behind how it was made, the fact that it's here right now, it's all the way up.
Okay. All right. You heard it. You had an opportunity to take a listen. You heard Jay Shaw. You heard his commercial. You heard him do his thing. He does voiceovers. He does graphics, illustration, web design. Yes, I will certainly promote my friends. I will certainly promote their business, but at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, let me run this for you right quick. Today's episode of Industry Talk is proudly sponsored by the Butterfly Collection. That's right, the Butterfly Collection is here. Gentle stories, big lessons, bright imagination. Books are available at Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Ingram Spark by author Angel Williams. These books are perfect for pre-K programs, kindergarten classrooms, elementary schools, classroom libraries, bedtime reading, and SEL programs. Be sure to get your copy today. Be sure to get your copy today. Didn't you hear the professionalism in my voice? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe, and I need a poll. I need everyone that's tapped in, paying attention, and listening. You heard Jay Shaw's voiceover for his commercial for the Butterfly Collection. It is ready and available on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and all of the other outlets, Ingram Spark, and the like. And you heard Big G's voiceover. Professional, clean, crisp, smooth. something that you could ingest, very palatable, went down smooth, comes out wonderful. Yeah. 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 So if you're out there and you're in my network, if you're in this business, and I hear a commercial, and I know that I can sit there and level up that commercial. Yeah. Yeah. Game on, baby. Game on. Go get me some lemon and honey and a little shot of Hennessy right now. I'm ready. Yes, indeed. So does that make me petty, y'all? That's the poll question. Does that make me petty? Just because I heard Jonathan Shaw do an awesome commercial for his wife. That's crazy, isn't it? But the fact that I'm making a rebuttal commercial because I think my voiceover is better than his voiceover. But yet, in fact, the beauty behind it all is that we're promoting the Butterfly collection, petty or not. That's the full intent. I could care less, although I do believe my voiceover is better. And there was a mutiny yesterday, which even drove the stake even further into my heart when Jay Shaw did not stay on. But they were all ready to kick me out of the reality TV series, ladies and gentlemen. Every last one of them. Oh, yeah. Let's hear what M and Damon got to talk about. Gee, go back doing what you was doing. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. They didn't want me to sing. They didn't want to hear my commentary. They didn't want me to tap in. Nothing. It's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I ain't take it personal. I took it in stride. And I went and, took notes, took a few notes on my approach. I've learned that I can't call people crazy. I can't call folks crazy. I learned. Will I apply that in my life? Hell no. But I learned that I can't call you a retarded motherfucker. I learned that. Yes. Yeah. But if you rub me the wrong way, and, I learned this from Jarrell, I will call you a lizard lip, trunk, neck motherfucker. Fat motherfucker on top of that. So, yeah. Yeah. A lot of things were discussed and learned yesterday. And I must thank my sister, Emily Mitchell. If you're looking for Emily Mitchell on IG or on Facebook, on IG, I do believe it's Creole by Design. Creole by Design. Don't ask me to spell it because I can barely spell my name. And on Facebook, it is Creole Mitchell, I think. I don't know. I got to look it up. I believe it's Creole Mitchell. Yes. Yes, there it is. Jonathan Shaw has it in the comments. I'm just looking up. Creole Mitchell. Yes. So, that was a great conversation yesterday. And my sister was on board with the mutiny as well. I felt like Julius Caesar, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes. I turned my back and the mob just kept stabbing me. I'm working on my mood acting too. If you didn't know, I'm working on my mood acting. So you have to understand, in these days of becoming a thespian, Is that a word? Where's my dictionary? I believe that is a word. In pursuing this genre of acting, I didn't say lesbian. I said thespian. You know, yeah, thespian. I can't be a lesbian. Yeah, but anyway, what you mean? No, not true. What? I didn't even know my sister was on here. What's Creole Mitchell? What are you making reference to? The fact that I'm becoming a great actor? You know, a Sammy Davis Jr.? The next Samuel Jackson with Denzel quality? Come on now. With Michael Jai White combat skills? What? Come on, I am that guy. I see. That's misinformation. I did not say that you were trying to take over the show. I did not read my lips, ladies and gentlemen. I did not say that my sister was trying to take over the show. Let's get that shit straight right now. What I am saying is that she took over the motherfucking show and everybody that was online was in agreement with her taking over the show. How about that shit? Nah. Yeah. And anybody that was online that was paying attention yesterday know damn well what I'm talking about. Yep. I'm letting it be known. If you want to see emotional breakdown, if you want to see, okay, I'm having a moment of actually a manic moment. No, I'm having a bipolar. No, I'm having a split from reality. Disassociation. Yes. All of it. I think I'm schizophrenic. That's what you guys put me to yesterday. Yeah. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm the crazy motherfucker. I'm the crazy fat motherfucker. Yeah. Do I have it written over my forehead? Y'all abused me. You see, y'all didn't think I was that good as a mood actor. See, I can go. Oh, psychosis. I didn't even know the right words. Yes, a split from reality, from what I thought was reality. Yes. I need help, ladies and gentlemen. I need help. So you got to go back and you're going to sit there and watch this reel. You're going to watch this live and you're going to sit there and call somebody. And they're going to come put me in a fucking straitjacket. Because y'all are going to say that nigga crazy. I know that's what y'all saying, but y'all just told me yesterday I can't use those words. But y'all are thinking it. Yeah. I can see your thoughts through the screen. Yeah. Look deep into my eyes. Yeah. Y'all think I'm crazy, don't you? I know. Angel Williams, they can't get on that. They was a part of the mutiny. That's why they're not saying nutskin. Nothing. And I've got a new name. I've got the name for me to remember the rest of Angel Williams. I'm going to start calling her the RZA. If you know anything about the Wu-Tang, how cold it was, the RZA. Yes, the RZA. Yes. That's what I'm that's my recall for who the collection, the author of the Butterfly Collection is, the RZA. Yes. Because I was messing it up. I was saying Teresa, I was saying Teresa, but it's the RZA. Yes, ladies and Mhm. Mhm. And maybe I got a lisp or something. I don't know. When I talk to y'all, do I speak with clarity? Do I look like I have some semblance of knowing what I'm doing? Am I professional enough for you? I was told that I need to shave my beard and cut my hair. But I said, that's not my personality. I cut this shit when I get a chance. Because I don't go to the barber. I refuse to pay $50 to get a ball cut, to get a ball season. I refuse. Should I start wearing polos and, being outside of my character? Because guess what? I'm not in a studio where I have to be smug and pretentious and, you know, walk around holding water bottles with my pinky up and shit. Maybe what, Creole Mitchell? Maybe what? Maybe what? What are we talking about here? I want to know. But I will say that I do enjoy coming on here and giving you guys information that you can use, information that is critical, hot topics, relevant, um, things that are necessary for life, and for bringing individuals like my sister Emily Mitchell, who are really and truly professionals in their craft and in their field, and that's just one aspect of her life. I did forget to mention that she received her master's from Houston. I want to say Houston, University of Houston, and you know she's serious about the business. I take light and make joke about a lot of different things, but she's one that can assist when it comes to counseling, therapeutic services, wellness, health, and wellness. And of course, we'll be speaking with her husband, Lamont Mitchell, on the first. The first, we have a scheduled appointment to sit down and talk about uh, mental health, men's mental health, and it'll be Men's Mental Health Awareness Month next month, and wellness. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into the conversation. I'm sure a lot of things are going to be discussed. That's right. We're going to talk about it all. We're going to unpack and unbox it all. It's time to go to the doctor, isn't it? Doctor? Ha! I'm good. A little castor oil, a little tussin, Theraflu. I'll be straight. Okay. Got her blood pressure. Your breathing is funny. I'm good. I'll sit out in the sun. I need some vitamin D. You've been constipated for 4 months. Overweight. When you sweat, I smell salami. But you don't want to go to the doctor. I got you. I got you. Are you afraid? There's more ways to want to check the prostate, fellas. But you got to go get checked. So yes, we're going to get into it with Lamont Mitchell, the mental side of it, why men refuse to be vulnerable in front of other men or in front of women, because women use that shit against you. But I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what we're going to be talking about. So tap in. You never know what you might learn, because Lamont's got a lot of stuff that he's going to unpack for us. Why do men lie to women? Maybe it's because they don't want to hear the truth. And if you do tell them the truth, they think you're lying anyway. I don't know. But there's a lot that we're going to talk about. What's more important? Your mental health, the stress release, how you come about that, and what is your place of solace? A lot of questions that can be unboxed and detailed out. And if you are a male or a female, there's a lot that you can actually learn from that conversation that we're going to have on June. So, yes, I also have multiple personality disorder. As you can see, you've seen 16 different people that have come through this live today. I can't name all of them because you'll get confused. I know who they are, but you'll get confused. And we'll be here all day trying to sort it out, which was which, who was who. Yeah. Thespian. Actor. Yes. Y'all just didn't know. But if we were supposed to get into a conversation today, if we were going to get in depth with a conversation today, I was going to really go into and talk about, hold on a second. Before I do that, did you guys know that there's a butterfly collection that's out? And if in fact you're interested, you can grab those books on Amazon, Ingram Spark, and Barnes and Noble. And of course, you know, you can reach out to the author, the RZA herself. Yes, Angel Williams. You can reach out to her yourself. The email is probably somewhere on my Instagram or Facebook page, or someone put it in the comments. How about that? And, you know, make sure you grab these books for your nieces, for your nephews. I don't have any babies, no more baby kids, none of that. So we grabbed the books and copies for our niece. You know, we got all three, you know, and of course we have some other nieces and nephews that we'll be grabbing some books for as well. And then ultimately we will grab a nice assortment of each to put into our stores to sell online through our services, you know, to help with the push. But if you get them from me, there will be an additional fee. I promise you that. But we will pay the full $15.99 that they are right now. And I'll still tell you, you know, you can go to the Angel site and get them cheaper, but you can best believe I'm selling for more than that. That's just retail. That's retail. Don't be mad at me. That's just retail. I'm the retail. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the plug. I'm not the plug. The RZA is the plug. You know, so yes, indeed. Oh, motherfucker still trying to goddamn correct me. I said special educational learning. They're trying to tell me social emotional learning. Okay, all right. I'm about to kick all y'all off my goddamn live. You understand what I'm saying? You do not correct the podcast host. Don't y'all have any couth, etiquette, anything? Y'all could have sent that shit to me in a direct message, text message, call me. Gee, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It is not special educational learning. It is. Oh, boy. Boy, y'all just do me all kind of wrong, man. But it's social emotional learning, ladies and gentlemen. Social emotional learning. So I told y'all I'm not a doctor. I'm an IT specialist. I'm a programmer. I like math. I don't, meeting people, talking to people, becoming friends with people. That's kind of hard for me to do because I'm a little antisocial and somewhat of an asshole. Don't let me tell you. My friends will tell you. Jonathan Shaw met me. He'll tell you I'm an asshole, just like he's a dick. If you were listening to our podcast, you would not be offended. But anyway, make sure y'all go grab these books. Today's episode of Industry Talk is proudly sponsored by the Butterfly Collection. That's right, the Butterfly Collection is here. Gentle stories, big lessons, bright imagination. Books are available at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Ingram Spark by author Angel Williams. These books are perfect for pre-K programs, kindergarten classrooms, elementary schools, classroom libraries, bedtime reading, and SEL programs. Be sure to get your copy today. I have to ask you guys a question before we get up out of here. If somebody, and you're in the heat of battle, and you're in, you're playing the dozens. I think that's what they used to call it back in my day. And somebody say your mama. Them fighting words, ain't it? That was the line that you crossed. I mean, nowadays there's all kind of shit that people, they got some goddamn true line steppers. You know what I'm saying? That really step over the line. You know what I mean? Like that's in their repertoire. That's in their, habitual line steppers. But if somebody was to say, back in the day, yo, mama, was that fighting words for real? And yes, Dick, dedicated individual collecting knowledge. Yes, it has been put into the comments. So you will understand the acronym and why I said what I said. Like I said, there's nothing here to offend. There's no malice, no vitriol. It's all love, whether you realize it or not. But you have to be tuned in to understand the hidden inside gems and jokes and the laughter and the shit that we've built up over time. And if not, and you're new to it, hey, man, sit back, put on your seatbelt, enjoy the motherfucking ride, because it's definitely one. Most definitely. But if someone says, yo, mama, and cross that line, aren't those fighting words? I want to know. But you the one who said your mammy. You the ones called. You said you looking like your mama today. You think you slick. You said your mama on the slick. My own sister said it. Now she gonna give me the rebuttal in terms of the response. In terms of yes, it's being fighting words. And then you say your your mammy. Yeah. I can't win, ladies and gentlemen. You see, that's the intellectual slick. Right? You got to be intellectually savvy to deal with motherfuckers with master's degrees, veterans from the military that done traveled the world and, been in the jungles and run around in the muck and smuck and yeah. Yeah, the aristocrats, the elites of the world. You see, I'm just a black sheep, ladies and gentlemen. You know, most of my friends are criminals. You all have already seen that. And they're trying to change their lives. So we don't have all of the fancy talk and the snooty and the the prim and the crimp and the looking good and the. But I clean up well. I take a bath every few days. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold it against me. Don't hold it against me. But I will always be your biggest advocate and supporter. Once we've formed that bond and that relationship, y'all see how I changed that right quick? You see the segue? You see the smoothness? You see the Denzel in the motherfucker? Yeah. Yes, I did attend the university. Stop telling people my business. Damn. Ain't nobody told shit. I want them to. I'm being a thug today. I'm being a gangster. Don't tell them I went to private school, all boys Catholic private school, St. Stanislaus. Don't tell them that shit. I'm being a thug today. I'm in my thespian. I'm in my bag. Oh, always got to be a hater online to ruin the moment. Yes. I digress. Let me get back into character. Don't you understand the turmoil, the strife, the things that we're going through as individuals, the mud that we had to come out of? Yes, about that life. I can't do that, but yes, I was confirmed at St. Rose. Yeah. It's because I was altar boy. Don't mean I ain't out here slanging and banging, nigga. Let me be. Let me live my life. You see, that's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. When you have family members and people that know you online, you cannot portray or have a persona of someone else, or they can't even allow you to go through the motions and act as though. I told y'all earlier, I'm on my Sidney Poitier today. Yes. And yes, I scored very high on my ACT. I did attend the University of the Virgin Islands. I did work for the Department of Defense as a computer specialist in the Department of the Navy. I've told this story. Everyone knows this. Everyone. I haven't hidden this from anyone. They know my life. No. Yeah, I do know how to say the rosary too. Yes, I do. I was an altar boy. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I was that 5 o'clock in the morning, be at the church at 5:30, be ready for 6 o'clock mass. Yes, I was that guy. Every day. My mother made me. It instilled discipline. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I used to have to go cut fish for Brother Pierre at St. Stanislaus every morning. Yeah. Clean the kitchen before school started. Yeah. Yeah. Ain't that something? How can I not quite? You say your mother is Malu, so you don't even qualify to be a thug. My mama is a thug, nigga. She the OG, graduate of Dillard University. Come on, man. Stop. You know how old Malu was when she had me? Me, not you. Me. Thugging, nigga. My mother was in the convent. She was becoming a nun. But I came along. Tell me that ain't some gangster shit. Okay, we don't want to go down that road. But my mom will tell you the story. But we're not here talking about me today. I was supposed to be talking about what's going on in the world, what's going on in society. But it is 6:20. I've been yipping and yapping and didn't get to anything that I wanted to talk about today. We'll probably follow up tomorrow with it because I want to have discussions about Iran-Contra, the Iran-Contra affair. I want to talk about Oliver North, Jonathan Poindexter, the NSA, Ronald Reagan, who was the president at the time, the Black Ops operations that were taking place, Mena, Arkansas, who the governor of Arkansas was during this time, old Billy Clinton, Freeway Ricky Ross, California, and the distribution of cocaine across the nation. See, this is a topic that I definitely know about. Well versed. So that was going to be our talk topic for today, but we're going to table that discussion until tomorrow. We're going to hit the reboot and get into it for tomorrow because I know that a lot of us have grown up and gone through that era of the 80s where drugs were running rampant. There was a push or a war on drugs incited by Nancy Reagan at the time. It was before her, but she was the first lady that propelled it into the stratosphere. And that was the signal for law enforcement agencies to begin paying very close attention to the drugs that were hitting the streets, how they were hitting the streets, but at the same time and in the same breath, they were the ones responsible for flooding the streets with the same drugs that they were supposed to be keeping away from our kids. So yes, very, very important conversation. I know I had a very manic day today. Let's see, somebody has a comment here. Let's see where they're chiming in from. But that's over on Twitch. I can't see it. A very psychotraumatic day today. It's all in jest. It's all in fun. So if you're watching today's live at a later time, do understand that everything that I've stated and said today was all in fun. There were no butterflies that have been harmed in the making of these videos. Everything is alleged. None of it is true, outside of the fact that I still want the poll results from who has the better voiceover, Jonathan Shaw, or Big G. Yes, 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 yes. And if you get an opportunity, when you get an opportunity and you want to pick up some real jewels and gems about mental health, tap into our live from yesterday, our recorded live from yesterday with Damon Vega and Emily Mitchell, and just sit back and enjoy the conversation. There's a lot of resource information that you can gather out of the talk. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and joining us here today. Hold on a second. I've got a text message coming in. It might be of some importance. Okay. Big shout out to my man Terry Allred, also my brother Terry Allred, King Neezy, Shay Waller, 43, Simply Ray Mont, or Simply Ray. I think it's Raymond. Is it Raymond or Raymont? Simply Raymont. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tapping in with us. What is Emily talking about? Do a poll on who's the most. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I already know how this one gonna go, and we need some pictures lined up side by side. And the question is, do a poll on who's the most attractive, me or my sister. Ladies and gentlemen, I already know. Look, y'all just let my sister down nicely. Y'all go ahead on, just let her know right now that I am that nigga. Just go ahead on, you know what I'm saying? Because if we put a picture up side by side, me and my sister, you know what I'm saying, her and her little pretty hazel eyes and shit, man, come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing with me. You know, come on, don't do that. Don't be asking them kind of poll questions. You already know what the answers is. Look at me and look at you. Look at me and look at you. Hell. And the crazy thing is, we all look like our mama. You know. So, yeah. I don't even know why you want to compete. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the poll question. I think I'm going to get a graphic together and put that out there in the poll space. If, in fact, the poll doesn't come back in my favor, you will not get the results of the poll. I will only tell you that there was some misinformation, and the voter registration. Some of the people didn't register correctly. We had to redistrict. We had to do some redistricting. We had some redlining and gerrymandering going on. You know, this is some crucial and vital times right now, so we had to make sure that we get this shit right. And so as a result of some of the unethical things that were taking place in these voter polls and at these precincts across the nation, I had to declare myself the winner. Yes. Yeah. Just so we could eliminate the confusion. Yeah. Yeah. So make sure that when we put the out there, just let my sister down easily. Just, be nice. Be nice. Be nice. All right? And so we're going to wrap this thing up. We're going to get on up out of here. And thank you, everyone, for participating in today's live here on the Primetime Network. I am Big G. You are tuned in to Industry Talk. And thank you to all of you who have participated in today's session. And as always, beautiful people, it's about health, wealth, wellness, stay dangerous. What's good, beautiful people? It's your main man, Big G. And this is my personal invite to all of you to join me on Industry Talk on the Prime Time Network daily at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, where I get into great conversations with entrepreneurs, artists, industry leaders, you name it, we bring it to the table. So make sure you tap in with us, lock us in, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And we stream on all major platforms. And be sure to visit us at gemsitpublishing.com. This is Industry Talk. Let's get into it.
Motion.